Major. Joining us now is Sobha Developers. Sobha's P&L was weak on a year-on-year basis, but real estate cash inflow has been good. Let's ask Mr. J.C. Sharma, Vice Chairman and Managing Director, how things have been. Good morning, Mr. Sharma. Thank you very much indeed for joining us. Your P&L looks a little hurt by the probably accounting lesser project recognition now. Can you just tell us what accounted for that, or are we likely to see a larger number of recognitions in Q4?
See, it's a good question. Good morning. See, as far as the revenue recognition is concerned, since all of us have to follow the completion method, where handover becomes the criteria for us to recognize the revenue, I believe that the revenue recognition will always be a challenge. Sometimes in one quarter you will have significantly higher recognition, and in few quarters you may go without good numbers to be shown as recognition. So in our business now, what we need to focus should be the operational performance and the cash flows that business generates, and whether it is generated profitably or not. That will be an outcome which over a period of time, definitely the revenue will follow both these things. But from a quarter to quarter basis, the lumpiness will be visible.
But that is a little worrying, Mr. Sharma. Revenue is down year-on-year quarter. If you compare 3Q over 3Q, it's down 23%. If I want to iron it out over 9 months, it's still down 45%, obviously because of the Q1 impact. So where should we take encouragement from? Is it from the pre-sales? That is up 12%. But even that is not, 12% is not huge. Is that the one we should take encouragement from? Is Q4 definitely going to look good? Will it be a year-on-year rise?
See, as I said again, that the revenue, we have no control. It will be all based on the projected projects, the way they get completed, which are on time. We believe that yes, quarter-on-quarter basis revenue definitely will be improving. But to assess a company's performance based on revenue in real estate will not be the right barometer. Our revenue also has come down because the contracting revenue also has come down in this financial year, significantly lower than what it used to be in the past financial years. We did about 1,400 crore of top line in the last financial year, and this year we may end up doing between 800 to 900 crore. So that also is getting reflected. On the residential side, it is basically the cash flows. And as I repeat, the profitability on those cash flows, which will be the important factor which we need to look at.
Mr. Sharma, yes, obviously from an analyst market perspective, surely we all look at your operating performance, and we'll get to the cash flows as well. Just that P&L is very important. At the end of the day, the shareholder wants to know what's his share in the profit. That EPS number is also important, and at some time it has to be recognized, right? So therefore we were trying to get a revenue trajectory as well. But anyway, let's talk about the sales value and volume. Those numbers are looking better for you. So can you give us some more projections and also some idea about the completions, because that is when it does show up in the P&L.
You have a valid point. As I said, the completion, as and when it happens, there will be lumpiness. So in a period of 1 year, everything will fall in line, where the operational performance, the cash flow, and the revenue recognition, they will all fall in line. But the bigger picture, what we are looking at is that whether your projects are being completed on time or not, whether you have got the required EBITDA margins on those projects or not, whether you are being able to collect the cash from your customers on a timely basis or not, and whether you are being able to sell. So let me start with my operational performance. This was the best ever quarter for us when we clocked 888 crore rupees of new sales, 1.13 million square feet, followed with a record 10-quarter cash inflows from the residential space, where we did 667 crore of collections from our customers. Because there was some dip in the contracting revenue because the billing was on a lower side, so we couldn't achieve possibly the highest ever cash inflow. But going forward, what appears to us is that the trend on both the new sales as well as on the cash flows, it has continued in this quarter also. And we believe from a realty perspective that things look significantly better in 2021 versus 2020 when we had entered last year. And this should be reflected in an overall improvement in all the parameters we have been just talked about.
Fair point, sir. You said 1.13 million, and that's what, of course, Surabhi was alluding to. Your sales volume has done well. Will Q4 be better than 1.13 million?
Yes, it should be better.
Okay. And realizations, even that's done well. Third quarter is about 7,800, right? Will that also improve?
The realization may or may not, we may not be able to say, but looking at that, what contributed to the high realization was incremental sales from the Cochin market, incremental sales from the Pune and Gurgaon market, which continues to be achieved by us in this quarter also. At the same time, we are seeing a good quantum of improvement in our Bangalore market, both on the affordable as well as on the luxury series. So that we may not be able to say 100% that it will be going to be better or not. But yes, the price per square feet realization on all our existing projects is better in quarter 4 than what it was in the last 3 quarters.
Cochin, Pune, Gurgaon has done well. Can you tell us across all these 4 cities, Cochin, Pune, Gurgaon and Bangalore, the emphasis has been what, on mid or luxury or affordable? Where are you seeing maximum demand?
See, the beauty this time when the demand has revived, according to us, is all the segments have started doing. If you look at the people who are in the age bracket of, say, late 20s to early 30s, they are going for below 1 crore apartment. Those who are in their late 30s and above, they are going for a 1 crore plus apartment. Those who are above 40 plus, they are going for even 2 crore plus apartment also. So we have about 20% of the customers profile buying below 1 crore, 30% above 2 crore, and the remaining 50% between 1 to 2 crore, which is the biggest market, what we see, which is a 3-bedroom apartment costing more than 1 crore across all India.
Which some of these numbers could apply to Mumbai, right? But this is a different beast altogether. Finally, Mr. Sharma, tell us about the debt reduction plans, because the debt level has come down in the third quarter as well. What are your plans going forward? Any guidance?
See, per se, there is no guidance, but that's what the critical thing we need to look at from our internal measurement point of view, that if our cash flows are sufficient enough to meet the business operations requirement as well as to bring down the debt, and if it doesn't impact us in launching new projects, that's a positive sign. And we hope that this kind of a thing should continue in most of the months. There are certain quarters or months where you may need certain capex or certain extra expenditures when you look at certain opportunities. But net on a yearly basis, we believe that our debt reduction will continue to be seen by everyone.
Okay. All right. We will leave it at that, sir. It was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you very much for joining us with all those details. So 1.13 million square feet, maybe that's what we should be looking at. That was quite a jump, kind of a new high for the company in terms of million square feet sold. And the company, Mr. Sharma, is confident that that would be repeated or bettered in the current quarter as well. A quick check on the past financials of Sobha. We'll start with the sales value that was already playing out for you, and next the sales volume will come up for you, the one that I was referring to in million square feet. Okay, so that's the past 5 years sales volume trajectory. Okay, with that.